Welcome, Gunrunner.
Hey everybody, Kieran aka the Laird here, and I've got a classic, a modern retro review for you this week. I've got classic in my head because I'm looking at the bloody screen, and you might remember that fairly recently on the channel I did a look at the brilliant Atari 50 compilation, and everyone seemed to really enjoy it. The video went down really well, much better than I expected it actually, considering the amount of other people out there who'd looked at Atari 50 and reviewed it. I asked you all in a poll if you wanted to see me do more modern retro reviews, so classic compilations and stuff like that, and it was an overwhelming yes. Everyone said they really wanted to see me do more of them on the channel, so I will try and do at least probably one a month going forward for now, because I have absolutely tons of stuff I can look at. And so we'll do this one first, which is the Konami Anniversary Collection, or Konami Arcade Classics. And the reason why mainly is because I just did a video on Konami's console curse fairly recently, so I thought this was fitting to follow up with this one. So there we go. So this is the title screen, so let's go with start. So this is what we've got on here. We've got Scramble, we've got Twinbee, the original Twinbee I should add. We've got Nemesis, aka Gradius, we knew it as Nemesis in Europe. We've got Life Force, Typhoon, Haunted Castle, which I did actually talk about in my last video. Vulcan Venture, Thundercross, bonus book, so it's got design documents and stuff like that. We'll have a look at that in some point. Bonus Japanese versions of the games, and we're back to Scramble again. So there we go. I'm thinking that volume might be a bit too loud, so I'm just going to turn it down a little bit. We'll see, hopefully, because otherwise you won't be able to hear me speak. So we'll try that, and we'll see how we get on. So let's have a look. So let's have a look at the games. So I'm sure you're all familiar with all of these games, but we'll go through them all anyway. So as you can see, so that goes into Scramble. It's emulating the arcade version. So insert coin. We can insert as many coins as we like there, as you can see, and it tells us how to start the game. And normally you can see a reflection of my door in the background there. Alright, that's bomb. I am playing the Xbox One version, I should just add, but I believe that all versions are exactly the same. So I'm just going to give you a little overview of what it all looks like. The Scramble is brilliant. It's such a classic game. It's actually a big favourite of mine. I absolutely adore Scramble. So yeah, I could sit and play this for ages, to be honest. Actually, probably my favourite version of Scramble, although the arcade version is obviously the original one and it's great, but my favourite version of Scramble is probably the one on the Vectrix. It seems unlikely in a way that the Vectrix could pull off Scramble, because it's obviously not a vector game, but it's brilliant. I absolutely love the Vectrix version. I should probably concentrate on the game here, so I'm looking through the camera and trying to check it looks alright while I'm talking. But there we go. So if I press option, which is that one, I've got game settings. So I've got go to game settings. So we can change the number of lives there. That's all. Okay, that's the only option on that one. And then it resets, does actually reset the game. So we've got display settings. So you can turn blurring on and off, which is rubbish. I don't like it at all. I have that off. Display ratio. Why you would want to play it stretched, I just don't know. Original 4:3 looks bad enough like that. Now look at that. How ridiculous does that bloody look? Why would anyone play it like that? I don't even know why that's an option. Frames, you can put stuff down the sides like this. which does actually look quite cool. I don't mind that. Hiding the black bit, controls on, off. So there we go, we can turn that on and off as well. So if I go to that, I can go to quit Scramble. And we'll go to the next game. So I mean, as I say, because it's the arcade versions, obviously they all look pretty much identical to the arcade games anyway. Right, so let's go to Twinbee. One of the very first so-called cute-em-ups. Let's go to this first. Actually, I want to see what different. They're the same. I want to see if we have the same frame options. They are exactly the same. So we've got the same display options on each game. Wasn't 100% sure of that. Game settings. So again, we've got lives. And we've got actually on this one, we've got difficulty, which is quite cool. So I suppose it's using like the dip switches from the original arcade game. And then it resets it. So there we go. This one actually sounds like the sound emulation's not quite right, which is a shame. In fact, it sounds bloody awful, doesn't it? So why's the sound so messed up on this one then? Yeah. So obviously you have the option to shoot forward and drop your bombs, a bit like Xevious, which is kind of the game it was kind of parodying. So obviously Gradius and Parodius. As Parodius was kind of the cute version of Gradius. And I know Xevious wasn't a Konami game, it was a Namco one, but there is certainly a lot of similarities between Twinbee and Xevious in gameplay style. So obviously this has the bell system with your power-ups. You can shoot them back and change them to something else. So I was trying to do that and completely messed it up. So I'm already sucking royally at this game. I have to say, I like playing shoot 'em ups, but outside of a few, like Raiden, I've never actually been very good at them. I've always been pretty terrible at shoot 'em ups. So yeah, you can criticise me for sucking if you want. Then again, I am trying to look through the camera as I play this as well, which isn't always the best. Oh, there we go. I've got an apple. A boss fight, is it? Yeah. That sound emulation is definitely weird on this game. Oh dear, I messed it up there. There we go, let's go back. I'll quit Twinbee, because I don't want to sit here and play every game for blooming ages. But solid start, because Scramble is brilliant, Twinbee's good. Then we've got Nemesis, aka Gradius, if you are in America or Japan. I'm still not sure why they changed it from Gradius to Nemesis for Europe, but they did for some reason. There we go. Same system where we have to insert our credits. Let's see what options we've got on this one actually. So we can go up on the lives, yeah, and we can make it easier, which is good because I think I've always thought Gradius is hard. There's probably a lot of people out there who don't. I've always sucked it and I've always thought it was quite a hard game as well. Right, there we go. But this one comes out really loud, doesn't it? I have to love Konami music, don't you? Konami games always just have excellent, excellent music. Really very good. Here we go, this is Gradius. So the original brilliant arcade version, not some rubbish reduced NES version like so many of the retro compilations out there have these days. Especially looking at you, Namco, who released some arcade classics compilations a little while back for retro systems. I like the Xbox One and the retro systems for modern systems even, like the Xbox One and stuff, and put the NES versions on there, which a lot of people complained about, especially with stuff like Pac-Man where the NES version is rubbish. Although they did redeem themselves somewhat by doing a Pac-Man collection quite recently, which is brilliant, and I will be looking at that on the channel at some point because it's another really good one. Here's Life Force, which is kind of like a sequel to Gradius, really. Otherwise known as Salamander. In fact, I just noticed that they called it Life Force because it was in fact in Europe and in the UK it was called Salamander. It was not called Life Force. So it's weird how they've renamed. We've got Gradius under Nemesis, so we've got under the correct name for Europe, but we've actually got this under the wrong name because we did not know it as Life Force. Although I do think the NES version was released as Life Force over here, but certainly the arcade and home computer versions were released as Salamander. But very good. Sounds like the sound emulation on this one is okay. Oh, messed up there, didn't I? Big time. And again, brilliant. This is the problem with this game and with Gradius actually, is that if you die, you lose your power-ups and it makes the game so much harder to play. But there we go, I've sucked at that already. But you get the picture, that's Life Force. Typhoon, I think Typhoon is quite underrated. And it's a lesser known game. Not that many people know Typhoon. And I think the very reason I know it actually is from playing the ZX Spectrum version of it, which I had on a compilation actually that Ocean did, and I always liked it on the Spectrum. It's got some really cool graphical effects, especially. So you can see this kind of almost like gyrus in a way because you're going into the screen, an older Konami game. So look at that, I think it's such a cool effect for the time. I never saw it in the arcades ever. I only ever played it on the Spectrum. I only found out it was an arcade game from buying the Spectrum one, and obviously. But very underrated game, I think, Typhoon. I really like it. Oh, messed up there, didn't I? How cool does that look, though, the way you can fly through those clouds? It's brilliant, isn't it? Ah, I see the ship is firing these missiles at me now, so I've got to bomb it. And still failing miserably, like I seem to be doing all of these games, to be fair. I've never professed to be brilliant at games, especially when it comes to shoot 'em ups. But there we go. That's that's Typhoon, which I've shown how bad I suck at as well. Let's go to Haunted Castle, which certainly is an arcade game. It's not well known. It wasn't widely distributed. It wasn't one you saw a lot. I don't remember ever seeing it, in fact, back in the day, anywhere. As an arcade game goes, it seems to be quite obscure, but I think it's become more famous in the modern day, purely because it is, of course, a Castlevania arcade game. I didn't know what the control was there. I spoke about it on my other Konami video that I did recently. This, one of the interview quotes that I included in that video was from the person who created this, of course. It's an okay game. It's a bit slow though, I think. I also suck at it, like I seem to be sucking at all of these. But that's another game that's on there. I'm going to quit that. So we've got Vulcan Venture, which is the third Gradius game, I believe. I think I'm right in saying that. So let's start that one. There we go, you've got different choices there. Power up systems. That's fine. Very similar gameplay to the others. Certainly nothing new. As you could go, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I'm already sucking at it, as you can see. Because I'm really bad at Gradius games, especially. I've always sucked at Gradius and its variants. Well, at least I got to see the cool flame effect before I died again. But that is Vulcan Venture. And then last of all, Thundercross, which is a game, the only game on here actually that I wasn't familiar with at all when I bought this compilation. I hadn't ever seen it in the arcades, I hadn't played it. I'm not aware of any home ports. There might be one out there, certainly maybe for the Japanese system, but I have to say I'm not aware of home ports. I'm sure somebody can correct me. But as you can see, it's a horizontally scrolling shoot 'em up. Not unlike a Thunder Force game or something like that, actually. So, as you can see, aside from one game, the whole compilation is actually shoot 'em ups. So it's quite unbalanced in many regards. I'm not sure why it only has shoot 'em ups on it. Because, well, there we go. I've shown you the game. That's all I wanted to do. But yeah, I'm not sure why. You know, so you shoot 'em up, arcade adventure, shoot 'em up, shoot 'em up, shoot 'em up, shoot 'em up, shoot 'em up. So we've got all shoot 'em ups, which just seems mad. And why they didn't maybe put some different stuff on there? Maybe it wouldn't. It's nice to see something like Jungler or Amidar. Certainly, I'm surprised. Probably Frogger isn't on here from those earlier days. Pooyan would have been really nice. Zoom in, zoom out. Okay, bonus book. So, right stick. Oh, there we go. That's how you do it. So, we've got some making of stuff, but it might have been nice to see some different games, different genres on here. There's so much stuff from those earlier years that they could have put on here. I'm going to say Time Pilot, but I suppose that's another shoot 'em up. But certainly Amidar, Jungler, Pooyan would have been really good ones to have put on here. Good ones to put on here to add some different stuff. And obviously Frogger would have been nice as well. So yeah, we've got lots of stuff on here, as you can see. Different designs there for Haunted Castle. These are really cool to see. A bit like you've got on the Atari 50 actually, with all the secret special stuff on there. Yeah, very good indeed. So I picked this up in the sale. There we go, Japanese versions of the games, as you can see. So Ajax, that's what it's called, Typhoon. I was trying to remember what the alternative name for it was. But yeah, I picked it up in the sale, which I was quite happy with. I think I only paid about £8 or £9 for it, I think, when I bought it. I can't remember what the full price was. I think it was about £20 UK. I thought that was a bit much for what was on it, but yeah, I think it's a good compilation, and certainly worth picking up, especially if you like Konami games. It's just a shame it's a bit shoot 'em up heavy and it doesn't have a bit more variation. I think they could have balanced this first one out a little bit more. I haven't seen a second one where they've done an Arcade Classics 2 yet. I'll have to have a look and see if there is one. I mean, it makes you think with the amount of content that Konami have got, they would have done more. Let me know if they have. Perhaps it might even be a Switch only thing. I know a lot of stuff seems to be, a lot of the retro stuff actually seems to be exclusive to the Switch. I suppose being a Nintendo platform, it better lends itself to that stuff. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed my review anyway of the Konami Anniversary Collection. Konami Anniversary Collection even, Arcade Classics. And I've been the Laird, and I'll see you all again for another video very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.